The girl looked fearfully at the man who came in. She couldn't remember how many times it had been. Her mother, in order to make money, painted beautiful makeup on her every day and then forced her into this line of work. Shirley had resisted before, but under her mother's force, she could only endure it. It was bad enough when young and handsome men came, but today an old man with white hair arrived. Her mother went downstairs to collect the money and cook, but before 5 seconds had passed, a scream filled the house. It turned out Shirley had reached her breaking point and bit him. The man cursed and she bit her finger. Shirley, in her panic, took the opportunity to run out. The man wanted to chase her but was blocked by her mother. Watching Shirley run away, the man punched her mother. Then he took his money back from her mother's pocket. He didn't spend money to get in trouble. The man went downstairs to the kitchen to clean his wound. Suddenly, Shirley rushed from behind. Shirley fell to the ground and screamed incoherently, as if she had gone mad. The man grabbed a hot bottle of olive oil nearby and poured it on her. Unfortunately, all of it landed on his face. After being disfigured, Shirley thought she was free, but her mother didn't stop there. After a week of applying medicine, Shirley had just started to look better, but her mother couldn't wait and forced her to continue working. This time, Shirley no longer compromised. She wanted to leave this room. When her mother heard this, she ran out. After a series of sounds, her mother rushed in holding scissors. At the last moment, her mother finally came to her senses and hugged her daughter, repeatedly apologizing, but Shirley's eyes became terrifying. The next second, she stabbed the scissors into her mother's back, feeling the pain. Her mother urged her to quickly remove it, but Shirley went against her wishes and held her mother's neck tightly. Years of oppression made her angry and shout. After many years, due to scar-related reasons, he could not work normally, so he could only be a cleaner. As the saying goes, labor is the most honorable, but he worked hard and only received enough to make a living. One day, he went to a customer's house. Alice was a makeup artist, not only beautiful but also kind-hearted. Although she was scared when she first saw Shirley, she quickly adjusted. Shirley didn't talk much, but she worked earnestly, perhaps out of sympathy. Alice hired her for a long time and paid her more than the market rate. After some time of getting along, Alice really liked Shirley. Not only did she treat her to a big meal, she also taught her makeup and encouraged Shirley to be brave. She even took out her new clothes for Shirley to try on. Looking at herself in the mirror, Shirley couldn't help but say, "I look just like you." Alice had no idea what this sentence meant and continued to compliment her on being beautiful. Alice's nightmare started from this sentence. In the middle of the night, Alice was sound asleep, and Shirley quietly entered her bedroom. Using a cloth soaked in a sedative, she covered Alice's mouth. Soon, Alice was unconscious. Shirley applied a thick plaster on her face and covered it with gauze to keep it moist. After the plaster had set, she removed it. In this way, Alice's face mold was completed. Then she poured silicone into the mold. Alice's face was cloned. Shirley changed into Alice's dress and put on a mask. It turns out she envied Alice's life and wanted to take her place. Looking at herself in the mirror, this desire became even stronger. The next morning, when Alice woke up, she called her best friend to chat. Little did she know that she would be attacked soon after hanging up. Once again, Shirley used the cloth to make Alice unconscious. She then took Alice's phone and sent a text message to her boyfriend. When the boyfriend saw the message, he hurriedly rushed over, but as soon as he entered, he was also attacked. When this poor couple woke up from their unconsciousness, they were tightly wrapped in plastic wrap. Shirley put a kitchen knife in Alice's hand and said that if she killed her boyfriend, she would be set free. Anyone in Alice's place would hesitate to do so, which made Shirley a little angry. She put on special gloves and poured sulfuric acid on the boyfriend's thighs. Listening to his screams like a pig being slaughtered, Shirley urged Alice to act quickly, otherwise, she would face a worse fate. Seeing that Alice still didn't make a move, she tore off the plastic wrap covering the man's mouth and poured the entire jug of sulfuric acid into his mouth. Watching the boyfriend in great pain, Alice held the knife, but she couldn't bring herself to do it. The boyfriend didn't want to endure the pain of flesh and skin, so he gestured for Alice to end it. But Shirley didn't stop there. She gave Alice an injection and then put her in a suitcase. When Alice woke up again, she was back at Shirley's house, tied up in the bathtub. After everything was prepared, Shirley went to the warehouse where another person was tied up. It was her mother. Turns out, she hadn't sent her mother to Northwestern as she claimed, but imprisoned her here. What's even more horrifying is that her mother no longer had a tongue. Shirley came back every few days to force-feed her soup, but the recipe for this soup was too disgusting. So, I won't go into details. Although life hadn't treated her well, her extreme actions were truly chilling.